Okay, I'm going to walk through my record cleaning setup. Kind of homemade, but it seems to do the trick. So I'm starting with an old turntable. This happens to be an ATL P60, and I essentially gutted it. It's not going to win very many fans, and that's kind of sacrilege, but it works. And so basically the whole point was to get rid of everything except just the turntable part, so I can easily clean. So there's no restrictions there. I've got this little paint applicator, and hopefully you can see the fine bristles. They seem to work pretty well. It looks a little dirty there, but it works pretty well from getting in the grooves from what I can tell. And then I'm using the suction cup of an old Bondo dent puller. I essentially just took it off the little cup thing, drilled out the middle spindle, and so what this does, it goes, as you can see, perfectly over the label area. It's the perfect size. Forgive the camera, but it does a good job of a couple things. One, obviously to protect the label, but two, it gives me something good to turn. It's got good grip, so I can turn the record. So then next, you can see I've got the Tergikleen and just some distilled water and an old dish soap bottle that I cleaned out real good just to make sure all the soap was gone. It's 16 ounces. And essentially what I did was 2 drops of the Tergikleen in the 16 ounces, and that's it, just the water and Tergikleen. That's all I've got. And then I've got several of the pre-washed microfiber towels. I've got the Spin Clean. This will be for phase 2. It's essentially just distilled water, just plain distilled water, no cleaner or nothing in there other than distilled water. And then a couple drying towels to rinse, and then of course the drying rack. And I've got a little fan over here to try to just circulate some air. All right, I'll show you how we do this. So I'm going to just take some of the cleaner, and I'm just going to put a little on the record here. That way you guys can kind of see. And then I take the applicator, and then I'm just going to work it into the grooves. Spin. And I don't care if it drips a little bit on the turntable because there's nothing on it anymore. Basically just turning just to get it into the grooves real good. This is a new record, so it shouldn't be too dirty, but with Robert Palmer you just never know. So I'm going to get it all real good like that, both directions. Try to pick up anything I can. And I'm essentially going to take that. And then I've just got a microfiber towel. Make sure you use a clean side. Pre-washed, so it shouldn't have any lint. And I'm just going to wipe the excess down. That. You can see it did pick up something. Some of that could be from this rubber gasket as well. Should be pretty clean. And then I'll just flip it over and do the exact same thing on this side. I understand that felt might not be clean, but as long as I can get the grooves, I think the Spin Clean will pick up any of the other superficial stuff from the mat. That's the thought anyway. And do the same thing here, just work it into the grooves. take it to the spin clean here. It's going to just go in, and then we're going to rotate it a few times between the brushes to get any of the leftover Tergikleen off. 3 ways that way. And 3 ways this way. This particular unit is pretty tight, especially this is a 180 gram record, so it's pretty thick. And then what I do is take my dry clean cloth and I'm just going to wipe it down, get all the excess moisture off both sides. That's pretty much it. So then I'll put it in my rack. I'll let that dry real good. So that's it in a nutshell.